What up, folks?
Oh,
Outlaw Lone Wolf.
fuck. These are easy.
Yeah, it's been taking me forever to get online today because I've been just trying to decide on what to play.
So I need to find a blue
Been in
skull.
kind of
Let's see what
a
this one.
slump. Like, I want to play Sea of Thieves, kind of, but like, I don't know. Playing it at this time, probably going to be a pain
Did you
in the
see the
ass.
whole, we bombed the fuck out of Iran and they decided to shoot missiles at us, but told us they were going to do it before they did it? Very polite of them.
Told them.
No. We didn't tell them about Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody does. A lot of people
I
in the
mean, we
United
told them
States
two
that are,
weeks. Like, they knew it was
yes,
coming.
they knew it was going to happen sometime soon. They didn't know when. And we didn't tell them we'd bomb them. We said we would have an answer. Well, the answer was bombers, which I find hilarious. But I propose something to you that I think is a fun shower thought slash just provocative thought in general. Do you know how many planes they sent? The United States sent to bomb Iran?
All right, buddy.
125. That's pretty significant. We sent 125 aircraft.
Appreciate it. For
Do you know
sure,
how many made
at
it
least
back?
in the future, or maybe even a little later. Because
125.
I'll probably get
That
done
doesn't
chit
happen.
chatting with him.
First of all, that's pretty significant. That's actually extraordinary. We didn't
I
lose a
mean,
single
if you
aircraft
just
to fucking anything.
want
Everyone
to
was like,
bounce
we
around or
got this.
whatever,
They
I
fucked
mean,
up
you're
their
more than
target and
welcome.
they came back.
But
That's really rare. Like, no one crashed. No one got shot at. Nothing happened. We just beat the fuck out of them and left. That's insane. 125. That's a huge amount, really, for the Air Force to move that quickly on a target. And no one got hurt. Pretty amazing.
America.
Okay. Like, that's crazy. Like, when you think about it, I don't think that's ever happened before. Because even when we bombed Hiroshima and whatever, they, they,
It's like, I
they
guess maybe for
still
a bombing, it's like less than 24 hours we were all in Iran or Iraq.
and had complete air superiority. But even
Just
in
overnight.
Iraq, like we lost plenty of helicopters. I'm talking about aircraft in general, all aircraft. The fact that the fact that we moved completely with B2s backed up by F-35s and F-18s, all cracking fucking stealth technology, and they all fucking didn't get targeted at all, means haha, you don't stand a chance.
I mean, it
You
was
are
the whole reason
so
we did it
fucked.
when we did it, is because
Yeah,
Israel took out
yeah.
their air defense, and we're like, oh, well, we
Bad.
got it now.
Yeah,
We're the
we have
only
to. This is the
ones.
one that we're done. Yeah,
We're the
we're
only
done.
one with a plane that can hold the one bomb that can go through a mountain.
I told David the same thing I'll tell you. Technically now there's two planes. They're both U.S. military. The B-2 and the F-35. The F-35 technically can be fitted
Scar's
into
got
the
their hands on
bus field,
acid.
and instead of
They're
being
using it as
launched
a
directly
weapon.
down
Who
into
leaves
the bunker,
acid
it
lying
goes at an
around?
angle.
It's more likely a what rather than a who. The
It
acid's
technically can do
organic.
it though.
I trace it to
It's
this
a high-speed
location.
bomber. That
Cut off the source
it
freelancer
doesn't drop
before
it
more
directly
people get
downwards.
hurt.
It drops it at an angle. So there are certain things that can work for.
Shaper energy up ahead.
You
Looks
don't
like
want
it's
to
coming
take
from
the mountain
two
and take the
relics.
mountain
That's where the
at
scars
an
will be.
angle with the entrance directly down through that point. And it's got its uses, but technically there are two now. I was reading a thing on it earlier. I was like, that's pretty cool. Just something random.
Found the first relic. Is this supposed to look like that?
No, it's volatile. You'll need to silence it, Freelancer.
Take off. Assault. It's also a bomber. I like the concept of the fact that shot at it. They felt like if they hit anything, that listen, guys. I don't know, I just find, I honestly think the whole thing is pretty simple. Like, seeing it play out on paper, there are so many people that are instantly like, you know, if we go to war with China, we're gonna lose. No. You don't know what we have that they don't have. And anything that you're like, oh, but they probably have worse. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because we own the only factories that make some of this shit. And they can't build it without us allowing them, and we don't allow them to do it. So, nope. We have the worst shit on this planet to kill somebody with, hands down. Besides communism, obviously. Is there something that's gonna spawn here that I can kick the fuck out of, please? It's a mite bit dusty.
God,
There it
everything
is.
got very loud. Give me 1 second.
It's all good. I had to do that when you first got on. Oh, got you, bitch.
Get out of my way so I can get somewhere where I'm not getting shot at for a second.
You fuck nerd. Oh no, bad. Hey, you give me something to hit back at you, stupid.
I think I can probably hear you now.
There we go. It's all good. I got into a fight on Doom that got crazy for a minute. I think my favorite part of this are the versions of Pinky where it's like the Warg Riders.
They're pretty cool.
I think that's
anyway.
I think it's probably my favorite addition, like, as far as a change. The Reavers are pretty much the same out of the last game. That's not much of a difference.
The flying brains I hate.
I hate the flying brains in this. Yeah, they are not like that in the other games.
I was
I
honestly
used to,
surprised how little of the skulls that they used.
yeah.
'Cause they used the
I just,
fuck out of them in the last one.
yeah, I think though that was a generally accepted like issue with the last one because the way they did it. Because there was a lot of times where you'd fight them in corridors, and this game is more forgiving because there's a lot more open fighting, which kind of makes them a little bit more useless in the grand scheme of how they used them before. Like I said, it used to be a lot of like you would find them in corridors launching at you all at once, and you kind of have to shoot them and move, shoot them and move. This one, you're out in a fucking field. Bring it on. Like, it's how it felt. And it's how a lot of this game is bring it the fuck on. This is definitely a bring it on game. That's how I felt about Halo Infinite, though. Halo Infinite is definitely a game of, like, who wants to fucking touch me? It just makes you feel like you're a big badass. This game is all about making you feel like a big badass. But again, it's a simplified form. You see how cool you are? You have a mace. And a flail. Kinda sad they didn't give me like a big bastard sword to run through everybody with. That would've been cool.
That's what I thought it was done.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, you know what I mean? I had like a big ass Warhammer. That'd been fun as fuck.
Well, I like
go around
at least the
first,
club gets kind of there.
Yeah. I used it for a while, and just for the way I played this game, I had to go back to the flail because it's just so fast. I like to play up in their face and constantly shock them so they can't fucking hurt me. Don't give them a second to react. Yeah, no, I was talking about earlier the Korean thing that I found up at Kroger. They also, interestingly, have takoyaki, the rice cakes or whatever that you get at the Korean barbecue places. But they have them up at Kroger, and it's the like white person version. It's literally like take it, put it in a pan with some oil, and they're like it's easy to make. They like show you, they give you everything you need. Whereas the ones that I've gotten from Asia are not easy. They usually taste like ass. Like, but I will tell you, I'll have to see if I can, the next time I buy them, I'll send a picture. If you like rice cakes from like Korean barbecue places, definitely get this version. They have sweet Thai chili version, and then they have like the Korean barbecue version. Both are delicious. And it's literally 5 seconds. Like, it takes 50 minutes, I think. 3 or 4 minutes, and you have takoyaki in front of you. Yeah. Like, alright, Kroger. The fuck? I was like, what is this? That is so easy. Like, I swear, the ones that I've gotten before from H-Mart have been like, alright, so you need to boil them. Once they're boiled, you're gonna take them out and you're gonna let them dry off with some paper towel. And when they're dry, now, you're gonna take them and you're gonna put them in some oil, but once they start to get color, you're gonna add this sauce, and it turns into like a spaghetti thing. Every time, like the sauce is so thin, but you have to cook it down around it, and they're like, it's gonna take 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? This stuff, it's literally like, it'll take you like 3 or 4 minutes. It's great. I'll have to, next time I grab it, I'll have to show it to you. It's pretty cool. Having a Kroger so close to the home now, it's weird how many things I'm like, I didn't know that Kroger had that. They have so much stuff. In their Asian section, they even have the Korean corn dogs now, which surprised me. Just get the big mozzarella corn.
Over here next to Iron Age.
What, the corn dog place?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like that whole strip now, dude, is just different Asian restaurants.
Those eggs to the relic. They're filled with acid.
Petland.
Were they using the relic to create weapons?
That's possible. We should check the second relic.
No relation. Yeah, they got the Fried Right Master. There's like some dessert place, like Sugar Tiger or something like that. The Vietnamese place, Iron Age, Crucius. I think the Mexican restaurant's still there.
There's the second
I think.
And a lot of scars.
Oh, what happened?
Eggs too.
It kicked me out of the party. What'd you say?
Oh, I was basically just listing all the places over there. Like it's all Asian. It's all Asian.
Yeah, it
food
kicked
over
me out.
there.
Where at? Sorry, it kicked me out like early. We have one of them.
Iron Age area.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know they have the...
There's the Fried Rice Master.
How is that? I've actually almost ordered
good.
from them.
It's good. Like, for what you're getting, like, I don't know about online, but, like, especially if you go there, like, it's worth the money. It's a lot of fried rice.
Is it by Scoop? Because I remember that place that was over...
No. It's,
Okay, not that like that place. You know what I'm talking about,
no,
right?
yeah,
Asian
the
buffet
Dollar
used to
Stew
be.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's over here where Hobby Town is.
Yeah, I just meant like quality-wise. Is it like that, or is it better?
Better.
Or worse? Better, okay. I like that other place. I'm not knocking it. I was just wondering if it was like better than that.
Yeah, no, it's better. Like a lot of it, it's like semi-pre-made fried rice, but like they make everything to order basically.
Okay. I'll try that.
You can make.
I noticed it. I just haven't gone because I was kind of like skeptical. You know, like some of those places are like, that's gonna be cafeteria fried rice. It's gonna taste like buttholes.
No, it's good. And it's not expensive.
Okay. No, online it's not. On DoorDash it's not expensive. I almost ordered them there one time because I was like, that's a good deal. I'd rather go to the restaurant. Okay, so
Yeah,
you said
that
there's
place-
a Korean corn dog place now?
Korean corn dogs.
Have you been? Because I haven't had one.
I have not, but I did look at their menu and like it's interesting, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, this stuff makes sense, I guess. I feel like there's a part of my brain that's like, why are you making corn dogs so complicated? But
Well,
I'm sure they're good because I like corn dogs, so it's like.
the reason why I asked, so I don't know if I told you this, but there's, you know, if you haven't seen it already, there's one in H Mart. Like in the food court, there's a Korean corn dog place. Well, when me and David went up there one time, we had gone to lunch first because we had had breakfast. We tried to make a smart decision, have breakfast, go to H Mart, don't overspend. But then by the time we got done at H Mart, we were hungry again, and we saw the corn dog place. Thought that would be perfect. Grab a couple corn dogs, and fucking pop out. We get it to the counter, and we don't see anybody. We're like, hello? And we see somebody finally, and they're unpacking a box. Like, from an order. They looked right at us. And went right back to unpacking the box. Ignored us completely. No one came to help us for like 5 minutes. We waited to try to be nice. We thought, well shit, I've been busy before and been like, fuck, hold on please. And maybe that guy was doing 2 or 3 things at once. So, thought we'd give him a second. Maybe he doesn't speak much English. And we just had to point and go, number 1, please. All the possibilities are there. But that motherfucker never showed his goddamn face again. Never acknowledged us. No one came to help us. I haven't had a Korean corn dog yet because of that motherfucker. I refused to buy one because he pissed me off so fucking bad. He looked right at us. And just decided, yeah, they're white.
Understand that.
I get it, pissed me off. I was like, nope, fuck you, motherfucker, and I just refused to buy one. And now that they're in other places, I want one. I just don't want to buy one from that fucking place at H Mart because they're a piece of shit. You motherfucker, I just wanted a corn dog. I don't think I was asking for much, but it seems like it's too much for the person that works at the corn dog place to make me a goddamn corn dog. And I was so mad. I mean, I was like, David, I'm not gonna eat. I'm mad now. So we might as well just leave and go somewhere else and grab food when we get closer to home. And that's what we did. We
Into that line and go to the red bean waffle fish lady.
red bean waffle. I just usually buy the frozen one. There's actually a lady there that makes them.
Yeah.
What? Is it the bakery section or the other section?
That's in the food court.
I know, but there's like
No,
a
like,
food
you know
court,
where the
there's
exit
a
door is
place-
at?
Hold on, there's a place you buy cigarettes. That's far right.
To the left of
Okay.
the cigarettes. Like, if you're looking at the cigarette joints, to the left of it. It's in the corner.
Well, I'm near the bathroom. I've never gone over there other than take a shit. Okay.
The little mama
That's
son in there.
Huh.
She likes me. She gives me more because I'm a big guy.
Probably also because you had a facial hair reminder of Sean Connery.
Yeah, maybe.
You ever seen that one? You Only Live Twice. It's the funniest James Bond movie ever to a chance.
Oh, seen the
Yeah.
movie, yes. I thought
yeah.
it was.
That's what we think. So
Gotcha.
that's what I always think of when I think of like, oh, Asian lady likes a white man. Oh, you got so much hair.
Not often they get to see a real man.
You know, they say that men that have less hair on their body are more highly evolved, and I think that's proof. That's proof right there of like people who think they're smarter than other people. Going like, oh yeah? Well, just because you have more body hair than me doesn't mean you're cool. It just means you're less involved. It's literally like some nerd. who's been like, I can't grow
I can
body
grow
hair.
a beard. You
Yeah,
can't,
it's
because
funny.
you're fucking smart. Haha.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what that
I
sounds
get to
like.
procreate,
Say
you
that.
don't.
Yeah. You don't have enough testosterone to grow face? So, Bailey's son, he thinks it's hilarious because RC doesn't have her new husband, their stepdad, he doesn't have any facial hair, and their dad is like, I'm pretty sure gay, like he's super gay, and he does super gay shit. That's like, oh yeah, he's gay. Like any gay man would be like, does he know he's gay? It's just one of them people. And her son, who's like, I don't even know how fucking old he is now. I think he's 6. He was like, so Mr. Brent, are you always gonna have that? I was like, my face? Yeah, because he's pointing right at my face. I was like, yeah, I'm stuck with it, buddy. I thought it was funny. All the other adults thought my response was funny. And he goes, no, the stuff on your lip. And I was like, oh man, yeah, I have to. And he was like, why? I'm like, you don't want to see what's underneath. Like that, and all the adults, hilarious. They're all laughing. I've got the crowd at that point. And this little kid looks at me and he goes, I'd like to see that. No, I'm not doing it. I had to just stop it right there. I was like, wait, you got more serious, child, than I thought you were gonna be. No, I'm not shaving it off. You can kiss my ass.
Show me how you got those scars.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, that was not one of the things I gotta collect. That was a jellyfish. There's another one.
Man, High Seas Hero, now that I'm a higher level, this shit's gotten intense. I'm the strongest one in my guild right now, and I'm like, ugh. I have to carry through a lot of fights. It's been kind of wicked lately. Like for a phone game, you're right, it's fun. I've had a good time. You don't have to spend money at all. I've enjoyed the fuck out of that game.
That's been probably my biggest sell on the game. It's just the fact that like, if you're watching ads, it's because you decided to.
No, I told you so.
Yes, you don't have to spend any money. Like straight up, you do not. Anyone that says you do, they're playing it wrong. And I found kids that I beat the fuck out of that have spent money that I'm like, yeah, you really don't need to do that. There's other things you can do for free that are just as useful. Like I'm at level 109, I think now, and I'm at like an overall strength of like 28.2. I think is the last one. 28.2 million. And I'm like, I didn't spend any money doing that. You just gotta, every now and then, like I know what 8 hours. Every 8 hours, I just have to go. I wonder if I could participate in something. And it's like, yeah, you can. I go take a shit, and I participate, and then when I'm done taking a shit, I'm done. It's all it takes. It takes no time to play that game. But man, we got fucking that versus shit that's going on. I had the last week when it started, it just says like BS at the bottom, and it's just like one clan versus another as far as like different challenges. I won MVP 6 out of 7 days.
Nice.
I was like, goddamn, I have whipped ass. And it was the easiest shit too, because I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to gain points, and all of a sudden I looked at the point thing, and I'm like, oh, I was actually focusing on that today. I didn't even know. But it was, for the pirate thing that was on there, the Dark Seas, you had to buy one thing. It didn't matter if it's 99 cents, just buy one thing. And the one thing that I was like, alright, fuck it, you can have $1. What can I buy for a fucking $1? And it gave me, fuck, what was that? It gave me a certain, like, it gave me the boost to have time with a double thing for $1. I can have double construction. How long does that last? About 30 days. For $1. Okay, you have $1 for that. That was it. And I was like, alright, I'll win that. They got $1 off me. Just so I could have the final spot in that board without going insane. I didn't need to do that. But I was like, well, for $1, I mean, I have enjoyed the game for more than a couple of weeks now. I'll give them $1. What can I get for $1? Well, that's absurd. I'll take that for $1. Goodbye. And I've used the fuck out of it. I didn't realize you could level up your like frigates, like your little guys.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a building thing. I didn't know that you had to go to what they call the interior to level those up. And I was like, oh shit. So all the extra builds that I had from having to buy that one thing have gone into that, and I've leveled them all up to like 16 or 17 now. I'm like, oh, thank God. That shit has been useful. I was surprised at how useful that was, but man, some good shit. How lovely. I'll take this upgrade. Maybe upgrade.
It's just taking a moment for the energy readings to stabilize. Hold your position.
Hey, what the big thing I wish they'd do is another Dragon Age. See, certain games I understand where you're like, they're just not coming out with anything original, but there are certain games, and I'm like, I get that, but there are extensions to the story of certain games, and I'm like, that story can just, like Diablo. You can do whatever you want with the story of Diablo. You can make it whatever the fuck you want, and it's still a Diablo game. It's the way I feel with Dragon Age. Dragon Age doesn't have like a really defined storyline. You can really make it whatever the fuck you want. And I was just like, last one was really fun. I would like another one like that. That's new. It's a new storyline. The last one, new position. The storyline was new. Just give me that. Again, that quality of game, I guess, is what I'm looking for.
Freelancer. These things are the
Eventually,
platform.
I gotta get the ladies back into our Baldur's Gate playthrough.
I haven't even played anyone at all.
It's pretty good.
That's generally what I heard. It just has to interest me.
It just takes a
That's
long,
one that's
long time.
Yeah.
The kind of good part about it, though, is it's not like Solasta in the idea that, like, or For the King or whatever, like, you can just have people pop in and play a session with you, and then just continue your storyline. They just make a character for the session.
So that's what they can do in this one for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, so like, if if you were just like, well, let me check it out, like, I could invite you into my session that I'm playing by myself, and just let you try it. But you would be the same level, so you just level up and try things out. Now, the only thing I don't know is if, like, if you come back in later, if your character stays or not. Like, I don't know if I would be able to control that character or leave him at camp, or if they're just not there because you're not playing.
Right. I don't know, I never even, like, honestly, I never even looked at that game. I knew what it was because I played the other one. It didn't catch my attention. But I had to be in the mood. Like, I was in the mood to play fucking Oblivion for like a week, and then I wasn't. Like, I'm either in the mood to do it, or it's nothing with me at all. And that's just how games have been for a while. This one caught my attention because I like the overall fucking. I am Jesus. The gameplay style in this is just funny to me. So it's held my attention. It's held my want to finish it. There hasn't been a game I've been like, please let me finish this game in a while. This one held it. I'll be interested to see what the next one is, just because of like, you gotta beat Doom at this point. Like, the whole idea of the next Mass Effect is really what's like holding me. Like, I still want a game. I still want to see what's new and what they're gonna do with the gaming industry. Only because I know Mass Effect 4 is coming, and it's gonna be fucking bananas. There's a couple of things like that it's like teased. That's like, this could be what's coming next. Just tell me, or else I'll burn down the White House.
The new game lineup or whatever that just released is not a whole lot there that I was like, yay.
I don't like the look of that. Oh, the sound of that.
It's gonna be a while. I mean, really, for me, it's like a Gears of War. That's gonna be the newest one that's coming out that I'm gonna care about. So they've got this reloaded, but then they've got another new game. Again, just for the fun of enjoying something that I know I'll enjoy again. It'll be nice.
Suddenly, the little ones don't seem so bad.
Oh, that's a big book. Yay, kaijus! Oh my god.
Oh, I fell off the map. Hey, hey. Oh god. Is that what it is? This whole time I could have just done that. Oh. Have you, did you ever get into Strange New Worlds with Star Trek? Strange New Worlds was like the newer Star Trek series that follows Commander Pike before he becomes Admiral Pike. That's like in the newer Star Trek series, or Star Trek movie series. Hey, if you want another fun action sci-fi, go on to Paramount because I still have it on, and watch Strange New Worlds. New season's dropping. It's every episode's a movie. Like the shit that goes down, every episode could be its own movie. It's so good. Like to me, like when you see the action, if you appreciate anything Star Trek at all,
Yeah.
each episode is they have a lot more action. So because you have to remember Spock he lives on. So in this series, Spock is younger. But he is there because Pike is the commander that leads to Kirk. Hura's there,
It's dead.
but young.
You did it. The
Like a
caravan's
lot of
safe.
them are. This is like their first. This is Enterprise before the Enterprise was the
That's so
Enterprise.
much I need a drink.
This is what Pike used to use it for like hidden things. There's just a lot of really cool, and the aliens and stuff. It's much more like one of the Star Trek movies than it is a TV series. It's crazy how like good the special effects are. If you run out of things to watch, and you have some time and you're interested in watching some sci-fi shit, that's a really good one. I would say you probably wouldn't like Discovery. Discovery was the one that came out before that. And at the beginning, they kind of allude to the end of Discovery, because at the end of Discovery is when Pike comes back to basically lead the Enterprise, and that's when Strange New Worlds picks up. Like honestly, it really doesn't mean a goddamn thing, because all of that they basically explain to you in the first episode, and then you can just move the fuck along. So don't waste time on all that other bullshit. Just Strange New Worlds will tell you what's going on. You get it. Just enjoy a better show with better actors and actresses. It's really good writing, really good acting. Discovery does have some good actors, does have some good acting, does have some good writing, but Strange New Worlds is way better. Overall storytelling is just way better.
I've been
Much.
going back through Fire Force because you said they had a new season or final
Yeah,
season.
it's coming. There's a new,
Coming.
no, it's a new season coming. Yeah, it's a new season coming. Like next month. Yeah, how far are you into Fire Force? You still on the first season?
Leave them in the
First
second
season's
season.
long. That's the reason why I asked. Okay, so
Can't
basically
remember.
the main character has fought one of the big guys, and then by the end of the first season, you really get to see what each one of them can do at the end of the first season.
They're
Basically,
dealing with what was it? They had it playing this morning when I was at work.
it's really good. It's a hard anime to get away from.
What's his nuts? Why can't I remember his name? He's. Oh my god. I can't even describe him. I think he has a blindfold on, but he's like
Yeah, he
a
has a
super
blindfold on.
Chad,
Yeah,
and he works
Yeah.
for I can't remember what they call themselves.
He doesn't yet. No. You're talking about the guy who looks, like you said, looks like a super Chad. He's got the big headband kind of thing. He has a toothpick in his mouth.
No, he's a part of the weird cult people.
Oh, okay. Then you haven't met him yet. Never mind. There's another guy who comes up, he's got a fedora on. It's not the guy with the fedora.
I can't remember everything this morning, like, because they were
When
dealing
you
with
see
a
him,
guy.
he's got an eye patch. He's got an eye patch and a fedora. He's cool as fuck. You'll see. You'll know who I'm talking about. when you see him.
That's where I left off this morning. One of the badasses from I think the 5th division. with
Super Christian or
one of
not?
no, the proto.
That's the first.
Uh,
Oh, the one with the chick that's supposed to be like super hot that like runs everyone.
It's a dude, but yeah, I think he's with her group.
Her. Yeah, I know where you're at now. Okay.
But yeah, they were
Yep.
assaulting the church with the guy that used to be part of like the secret organization within the church.
Yes.
Is that the
Yes.
guy
Okay,
you're
cool.
talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
He's super fucking cool, but I hate him at the same time. He gets
He's
his character gets way better. Way better.
Let's see. Yeah, dude, you're a higher level than I am on high seas. I only play it for like 45 minutes a day, so I was just curious when you had said 109 or something earlier. I'm only 94.
I will be honest, you have to keep in mind it's because of my work schedule. A lot of times, so I play it. My day starts in that game at 8 p.m. So a lot of times I'm playing it right before I go to sleep, and
That's
then I
usually what
wake
I'm
up
doing.
at the 8 hour.
It's only when I'm going to sleep is when I ever fuck with it.
Right, and I wake up while I'm taking a shit. I usually do like some of the stuff that you can do every 8 hours, like just randomly. And then while I'm at work, every now and then there's a low driving, and she's like playing a phone game. So I'll start playing a phone game to pass the time, and boom, that's usually how I keep up with that. I mean, I will say that my clan was very active for a while. They're not as much anymore, and I'm probably gonna have to move guilds or whatever. But it's me and one other person that have pretty much like a third. It's me and one dude out of 60 people that have a third of the power in the entire guild. That's dumb. Like, that's stupid. Because I'm at, let's see, if I load it up right now, where am I at right now?
We're at 73 of 96.
What's your guild's power level, though? It'll be like up to the top left.
266.5 mil.
Your guild is, so your guild has less people than us? Let's see. So our guild right now I'm sorry, we got 65 and 96, we leveled up. But our guild power is 284.3 right now. And a third of it is me and one person. That's stupid.
Yeah. A lot of
Power
our
ranking.
cats are around the same area. We have a handful of like lower cats, but a good chunk of us are like 15 mil and up.
We don't
Like
have a whole lot.
I'm 15.3 mil.
Right now, where my base overall, if I look at my rankings on here, my ranking is 28.1 mil. The guy above me is 30.4 mil. We contribute over 50 million. Okay?
Hmm.
And our total strength is 28.4. So we're right at a fifth, I guess. Sorry, we're not as strong as I thought. I guess we got new members because I thought we had less than this. But it's pretty much two of us. The next closest to me in this clan. So I'm number 2. The guy is number 1. Me and him have been competing. He's talking to me in game. The nearest to us is Ed Scully. I'm 28. He is 14.9. So he's half my strength. That's the nearest to me, and I'm number 2. That's stupid. We had a bunch of other people that were a lot stronger, and I guess they either left or quit the game. They either left the clan or quit the game. I don't know. It's silly. But I will say, overall, if you want to level up base defense quickly, just invest into getting your shipyards up.
Yeah.
and getting them to the point to where they can do like at least level 6. Once you get level 6, you can pretty much do a lot. You can do a lot more than what you could before. As far as like building your so shipyard level 17, I guess 16, 17. They give
Mine
you
are at
the
14.
16, 17 allows you to get to a level 6 boat. The level 6 boats are really, really useful. And I have doing that allows you to get your power room to 18. And once you get your overall power to 18, your generator room or whatever, you can level up more into your flagship research. And once you have that leveled up more, that's how you gain the most into like your base attack damage for whenever you're doing any of the other events and shit. That's what I found. It just makes it simpler to go through that and level up through there. For me right now, I'm leveling all my level 5 ships up into level 6. It's just taking forever. You know what though? I did see something today now that we're talking about this game. So, see, it just shows me my server. It doesn't let me change my server. Yeah. That sucks.
You go to settings and you can select server.
Oh. So then I would have to go to whatever one you're at. I can do that.
Polar front negative 215. I don't even know what that means.
Dash 215, bud.
Oh, fair enough.
You're in the one before me. You're literally a couple before me. Restart the game to change servers. Confirm. I'm now in your God damn it. See, we just need to talk about it one time.
For the fat
Oh,
boy One
this
Piece.
really. Yeah, but this makes me go all the way back to level 1.
Oh, does it? That sucks.
Yeah. Now. No, stop.
You're
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it totally won't let me bring my shit over to your server. It's like, nope, you're an entity in a different server. I will say the thing that's crazy though is the Fleet Admiral badge. It's like reach battleship level 110. Cool, easy. Reach forge level 23. Suck my ass. What? When I hit 20, like fleet level or the thing 20, I was like, oh cool, I can get mythic stuff now, and it was like, no, get a mythic thing. What? Do it. How? You just wait. What? How long is that gonna take?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay. It's so stupid. They didn't give me any information for that. I'm like, eh. It's a fun. It definitely is a fun phone game though. They've done a good job as far as making it different enough as far as what you have to pay to get things going. And I'm like, see, that's perfectly fine for me. I went certain games I can justify giving money to. Like I'm like, oh, $1? That was nothing. Okay, I'll give you $1. Like that's fine. You might be a rinse and repeat of like 7 games together, but at the same time, at least I'm enjoying myself for $1. Yeah, I'll give you $1.
Yeah, I get like sad with it when I'm like, oh, I'm in like wait mode now. I want to keep pushing buttons.
Yeah, there are times where I'm like, huh, okay, well, I guess. I mean, I was literally a while ago, I was playing it, and then I hopped online shortly you hopped online. I really just hopped online because I was like, well, I guess I'm done here. There's nothing else to do. I'll see about playing Doom until Bear hops on, and then boom, you hopped on. You never know. I mean, like, there's times where, like, those little games, like, getting the chips part, where you have to go in and fight all the little mini bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
That one's been kind of fun to, like, see the progression of, so I've been watching that. And, like, trying to level it up just to see what all I could do with it. I've had some good shit come from that so far, so I'm like, oh, see, that paid off. You know, it's one of the things you're like, not bad. Not great, but you know, it's something. I never know what that game's gonna throw at me either, cause like, have you captured people yet? Like, do you have people
Yeah.
as like,
That reminds me.
okay,
I grabbed somebody or a bunch of people a while ago. I need to go. What the
they have a
fuck is
time limit.
that?
Even if they can't break away from you, eventually they will. Like, you'll run out of time to like loot them.
Oh, really? No, they probably got away then.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is something to check every now and then, but I will
Honestly,
say
I don't
that
think I've
part has
looked
been fun.
for since they did the UI update. So I don't
So
even know
now the
where is it.
difference for the loot, you're gonna want to go to your cabin, and you're gonna go to the bottom right next to where the sleeping cabins are. There's a place that just has like a prison cell looking thing. You go there.
Oh, they're still
That'll
in
have
here.
it. So I will tell you that every now and then, if you have like one kind of like running out of time because you can see the timers at the bottom, um, just delete them. And the reason why I say that is because when you delete them, you get a chance to get someone stronger that you can still beat the shit out of. Like some of them, like for mine, I'll give you an example. Like one of my 500k, right? Yeah, I leveled him up today. So he was at 500k, and I had him, and I guess he never played the game again. So I just kept looting shit from having him as my
I think
bitch.
that's what was going on with the cats that I've got in there because they've been in there like over a week.
Yeah, so when you get to the bottom of the barrel with those guys, delete one at a time and just capture a new one that's slightly stronger, you'll get more shit. Someone in my clan taught me that. Don't sit on loot people. They're like, every couple of days, take a look at them. If they're inactive, you're not getting as much stuff from them. If they're active and no one can save them from you, you get more stuff. And it doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. Because, like, have you gotten the drone already? I can't remember if you have to wait till 100 to get the drone.
I think I do.
Like the little, it's on the right side when you're looking at the adventure thing. Let's see if I pull it up real quick.
Yes.
On the right side, okay, the drones.
Top right corner or the bottom left.
Bottom. Well, for me, it's top right or bottom right. Bottom right. Bottom right. It's you have the 6 slots on the right.
Yeah.
For the prow, for the frigate, and all that shit. Well, of the 6, the bottom left is a drone, and
Yep.
once you have 20 pieces, okay. That one in particular, once I got that, I got a huge power boost. Huge power boost in that. I also have one of each kind of treasure. If you don't have one of each kind, just start saving up the points to get a treasure upgrade and just get one of each kind. It's way better. Treasure is going to be above the
Oh,
drone.
yeah, okay. We've got
No.
2 slots active right now.
I have all 6 active. Like, it's easy as fuck. Where at the bottom where it says search, just save up your shit. It's from you get most of them from the recon missions. Save up all your shit until you have one of each kind. It's not that hard. It took me like 2 days to get it all. It really isn't that hard. It's worth it though, because like so for instance the fourth one, like the bottom line, I don't have all of them, but randomly you will get one of a higher level. So like the fourth one, I only have 4 of those, only because I invested more into that. I only have 2 of the fifth one and only 1 of the sixth one, and it just happened to be the one I liked. But get them all, because each, no matter what you do, they're all active. You just select one from each kind. So green, blue, purple, orange, red, pink. You get to pick one of each of them. And all of them are active the whole time. So all of them give you boosts. So you want all 6 going. Because then you can just level up all 6 like progressively and get more of a boost than just leveling up one of them. So like I'm level 50, level 25, level 25, level 15, level 15, level 15. That's how I leveled them up. And I'm pretty much just going to go next 30, 30, 20, 20, 20. And just keep leveling up 5 at a time. But the treasures alone, dude, huge boost. Again, someone in my clan told me how to do it. But it was, because at first, because I just was like ramming my forehead into things, they were like, yeah, you got real strong, real fast. I was like, thank you. I was like, you could just do these things instead. What? I'm like, well, I'm not paying you money for that. You don't have to. What? Yeah, you don't pay money for that. Oh, I had no idea. I was literally like questioning this guy. I thought he was fucking with me. I was like, so I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you're telling the truth. And he was like, no, I'm telling the truth. Because now I'm like,
No,
it's
we're
literally
talking
just
about
that. Once you get the treasures
a
leveled,
mobile
if you
phone
don't have
game.
all the
It's
treasures at
called
once,
like High Sea
you waste
Adventure.
those, like
I
the thing that allows you
Idle High
to make,
Seas.
or
I forget
that you
exactly,
collect to the treasure maps, I think, that you collect
but
to make those worth it.
it's just an idle phone
Once
game.
you don't, if you don't have all,
It's just a randomly more entertaining than you would think. Oh my god, bug, go away.
you don't have anything. I was like, oh, because it compounds. I was like, huh, well, I
Bert
didn't know
has
all
played
that.
this
They
though.
should have had a tutorial for that.
He's probably
There were
closer to
times when they were
your level
telling
than
me
I
stuff. I was
am.
like, where did you learn this from? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, really just playing the game. You just kind of see how it works. I'm like, bullshit. That's bullshit. How did you know how to do that? Literally all of them are just like, yeah, I just kept playing the game, and next thing you know, I figured it out. No. And none of those guys, like, the guy who was my clan leader, his name was Master Yoda, because it's a Jedi clan. He's not in the clan anymore. I don't know where he went. He just fucking bailed on all of us. He didn't say anything, just left. Alright, bye. I guess. It's just another phone game. Like, to a lot of the people, I'm like, yeah, it's just, they're gone, bye. You can't get too hooked up on that, man. Let's see. Oh, whoop. You're still alive. How are you still alive?
Won't need
So,
any of this stuff. Although I could just get rid of the grenade launcher and run the marksman rifle.
the other one that recently got re-announced, Mindhunter. They have officially announced the 3rd season. They've talked about it and
Yeah,
talked
it's gonna
about
be
it.
good.
Fine. Oh yeah, I'm big fan. I don't know how they could. I mean, as long as they had the same guy, I don't know how they could fuck it up for me. That guy's so out of touch. It's amazing. I still think the fact that they cast Ed Kemper so perfectly has pretty much kept me stuck on that show. I'm like, holy shit, that looks just like him. Yeah, we know. We didn't mean for that to happen. And just he is Ed Kemper. I only know that guy from Preacher. Like, I didn't know that guy did anything else. And it's like, oh shit, he is Ed Kemper. Fuck. I love when they show the picture of him standing next to the picture of Ed Kemper. I'm like, bro, that's fucked. You should do any movie that they are. You guys are basically twins. That's weird.
Big boom. Bunch of little booms.
My dad said, by the way, you were talking about being at the mall the other day. Apparently, they've had some new Japanese restaurant that's like a part of the mall. He says it's really good.
Did you know about the pho place?
My dad wouldn't understand how to even pronounce pho, so no.
So
I've been up there in a while.
where Ruby Tuesdays was is now like Mr. Pho or something like that. I wonder if that's the
I bet
place he's
you.
talking about.
I was just about to say, I bet that's the Japanese place. He think there's a no. That's weird though. At the same time, but maybe he doesn't allocate it to that. He knows the place that's near us is a pho place. It's like Woodstock Pho or something like that, or Bill's Ferry Pho. It's phenomenal. It's actually a really good Vietnamese restaurant. But I took him there one time and made him try a Vietnamese beef stew. And he was like, I love that. Of course you do, you're white. What does that mean? That's beef stew. Shut up. Just enjoy it. The lady came out. I'll never forget it. And I was like, this is his first time ever experiencing Vietnamese food, and he ordered beef stew. And the lady giggled, and she goes, I'll bring him some more. And she legitimately brought my dad more food and didn't charge us extra.
That's
She was
funny.
like, white people. Well, it happened to us at Donovan's. I took him for Father's Day. He wanted to try a restaurant that I recommended. I was like, well, you haven't been to Donovan's, our Irish restaurant yet. You should come over here and try our Irish restaurant that we love so much. And I told him, and the manager, or the owner, he's not even the manager. I always say he's the manager, but he's the owner. He came out and like they had heard my dad talking about how he was excited to come out for like live music night because they have live music Friday and Saturday. And he was like, I would love to come out here for live music and get some food. And he got their fish and chips, and my dad was like outside, like basically eyes rolled in the back of his head, like this is the best fish and chips I've ever had in my life. And so the owner gave us a card that has his signature on the back of it that he gave to my dad. He's like, come up here for live music and I'll get you a free meal. See, Dad? Just be polite to people, ass. That's all it takes, you ass. Just be nice to people. And he's like, I don't understand. Why did he do that? It's just Father's Day. I was like, no, it's not because it's Father's Day. It's because me and David come up here and give him all of our money constantly. It has nothing to do with that, goddammit. Just enjoy the food. And when we got done, they looked at me and they're like, do you want any dessert? I'm like, I don't want any dessert. But he's going to love y'all's dessert. Because I've had it before. I was like, you need to bring him the peach cobbler. He's an old white guy from the South. And she laughed. They brought us out a peach cobbler. I'd already paid for the check. They didn't even charge me for that shit. They were just like, yeah, here you go. I was like, see, Dad? Just don't be a racist piece of shit everywhere you go, you asshole. Next thing you know, you get free food. Shit's crazy.
It's weird.
But he went up there for this past Friday when he got off of work. He was like, I just thought I would go check it out and go get my fish and chips. And so he showed up and was like, yeah, my son and his roommate, David, they come up here all the time. And he told him the whole story about how he just gone there for the first time. And he really enjoyed the food, and he came back up for the live music. And apparently, Brandon, the owner, the guy that me and David had made friends with, came out and was like, "Dude, you keep your card. It's cool to see you come back. You like the live music?" And my dad called me. He's like, "Brett, these people just gave me another free meal and told me not to use the card. What do I do?" What do you mean, what do you do? You take that free food and you listen to the free music, you dumbass. I feel like I should buy something. You did. You showed up. Are you enjoying the food? And it's like, yeah, it's really good. Then sit there and eat your food and go, oh my God, this food is good. And tell all the people around you, as you do when you go to Cracker Barrel, that all the food is good. And those people will buy more food and you will help their business. That's all they want, Dad. Oh, okay, I can do that. He called me like 3 hours later, and my dad had been there for like 6 hours.
With some kind of acid.
He had the best time, man. He was like, oh, it was amazing. I made new friends. We ended up having a trivia night, even though it wasn't trivia night. I was like, did you drink? Dad, it sounds like you're drunk. He's like, no, I didn't have a drink. I just had a really fun time. Bro, you need a fucking bingo night.
That looks shapery.
Like, you need to join old folks club so bad.
You'll need to silence it.
On it.
She just went to a fucking trivia night with a bunch of not drunk at all after listening to live music. We're like, I'm having the best time of my life. I bet you are. You had a great time though. It was funny as shit just listening to him talk about it. I can't believe they gave me free food. Well, you had a card that said you had free food, right? Yeah, well then why can't you believe it? They gave you a card. Who does that? The Irish, actually. We take care of our own. I'm surprised how often that happens. Never happened to me before. But you're an asshole. I had to tell him that. That was the funniest part. I was like, Dad, you know whenever that lady came out here and she took your order and you asked her what was in the food? You know it's on the menu, right? Well, yeah, I was curious if there was something that she was like, maybe you don't like this. She doesn't know you. What do you mean? They do that at Cracker Barrel. Yeah, because they know you, dumbass. You're there every day. You wouldn't like this, Rodney. There's no way you're gonna like this. Of course they know that. But now he's like hooked on Donald. Yeah, that was amazing. That was... Then I think I'll be in there from now on. Okay. This still irritates them or else I have to hear about it. Please. It's gonna be a fun one. Fucking, you have to hear from the owner. Rodney's here all the time now, and he's really annoying. I know, I sent him to you to babysit. I can't wait to tell him that. Like, yeah, you're my babysitter.
It's annoying, you just tell him to treat him like he's a toddler, and then when he asks you, like, hey, why are they doing this? And you're like, well, because I told him you had special needs and to be nice to you. Why do you think you were getting all that free food early on?
Yeah, I told you you're special. You dumb shit all the time. You're rude, you call people brown. I don't do that. Alright. You really do that? Yeah. When we went to Cancun, so Cancun is the place that me and David go on. Typically on Mondays that has like the tacos and the best bartender on Mondays. He doesn't even look old enough to serve drinks. But he's in his mid-20s. He just doesn't look it. He looks like a child. But he's perfect at pouring any drink from draft. He does a perfect job every time. And he knows me and David when we come in. So like the first time I took my dad there, he goes, Dos Equis 3 hard shell beef tacos? Yes, sir. And he looks at my dad and he goes, what will you got? My dad's like jaw on the ground. Does he really come in here that often and order the same thing? Yeah. I was like, Dad, it comes out to $6.86 after tax. Before tip. And the guy's like, that's correct. I was like, see? Tell me your whole time. It's my usual fucking watering hole. What do you want? And the guy's like, he looked up, my dad just put the menu down and goes, what would you recommend? And the guy looks at him and goes, 3 beef hard shell tacos and a large beer. It's like, not my order. What do you think he would like as an old white person? He looked at my dad and went, 3 soft shell chicken tacos. My dad goes, oh, that sounds great. Son of a bitch. Damn it. He brought my dad a sweet tea, and my dad didn't even order it.
Good. I'd say you're half there.
Cool. That's just so fucking bad. He was like, I know what your dad wants.
White people tacos.
But it's funny. There's a, if you ever go up to the outlet mall in Woodstock, there's like Ricky's Bar at Cancun. So that's the same people. And the guy that I'm talking about that's usually our breakfast bartender, it's named after him. It is. Yeah, him. Same guy. Same dude that usually serves me and David, same guy. The young guy, but he's the best he's honestly the best bartender / waiter I've ever had in my life. You can tell him whatever you want. I want 3 hard shell beef tacos, no lettuce, extra cheese. I want salsa on them, and maybe some chicken on the side, just in case I don't put chicken on it. You will get exactly what the fuck you wanted, you weirdo. He'll bring it to you. Perfect, every time. Doesn't write anything down, gets your order right every time. It's fucking, the dude's amazing. But he looks like a child. It's the craziest shit. I'm like, how are you not aged? And he's like, I'm older, I might be old. Oh, good try. He's like, I usually win this. I'm 35. He's like, I'm 31. So you got me this time, but most people are younger. It's crazy. Like, I'm like, huh? Well, one day that's gonna backfire on you, sir. You're gonna have like tiny kidneys. We're having a whole discussion about the fun stuff. You should probably not drink. You're gonna die at a young age, sir. Sorry.
It's already happening. Just pushing the button.
100%. Hey, it's funny. Like when you see him, you're like, no, you can't be serving me drinks. You're not old enough. Yes, I am. I know. I get that a lot.
Not enough. Stop being a bartender.
Yeah, not enough. Something's wrong with you, bud. Like, you should go see a doctor. I don't think you're supposed to be this small. Are you an Oompa Loompa? Like, I know some people look younger than they are, but it's like, no, this guy's, like, when I look at it, I'm like, it's a kid. And I'm like, huh, look at that kid. It's not a kid. It's a full-grown adult. No, it's not. In, like, a shrunken head village, maybe. We've got a couple around here in Woodstock that
Energy
are
levels
like,
normal. You did it.
that restaurant would suck if that one waiter or waitress wasn't there.
To those eggs.
They're filled with acid. Could be how they're making weapons.
Let's
That
check
me
the
and
second
David
verdict.
have
See if we find something
been to,
similar.
that I'm like, yeah, that's like, that person was cool. But if they're not there, I don't know. There, like people just getting bad experiences. That place that me and him went to with his mom on his mom's birthday. That was like the fancy Italian place that his uncle ended up paying for. I wouldn't tell you to eat it. I don't think you would like it. I wouldn't like. It was exciting at the time because it was interesting, but if you don't have a palate for that,
There are more eggs here. I
you're
think
not
you might
gonna
be
have a
right,
good time.
freelancer.
Those hoity-toity places like that, they're so overrated. Some of that stuff I was like, that's yummy. Like, yeah. Like, in my dish, the interesting part was that they had like fried sage. So like, it's the seasoning, but it's fried. It is interesting. But if you don't have a palate that can handle that, it tasted like you had taken part off of a Christmas tree and fried it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. People can call that shit fancy, they can do whatever they want. There are certain things that I'm like, your palate's weird, that doesn't taste right. Oh, well, it's actually because it's supposed to taste like this. Well, it doesn't taste like that either. It tastes like assholes. And I think you're serving me assholes. I've just been a few times I've dealt with that. Not one of them. I was like, man, that what? Thought it was either. I don't think. I don't think you know what flavor it is. But again, decent on. I'll tell you what though, playing this Doom game does make me wish they would come out with another Doom game, or a Doom movie, and make it like this Doom. Cause they had a pretty good story with this one. They're even doing like an anime. So you can kind of like, what was it called? Badass or Bastard. Do the heavy metal Bastard style anime. That'd be fun.
More stars, freelancer.
The checkpoint. I'm calling it night. I don't know if you guys do another fun one I found recently. If you guys do very like instant like stick 'em in the oven cookies, but they came out with cinnamon toast crunch, like Pillsbury cookies that only take like a few minutes to stick 'em in the oven. If you like snickerdoodles at all, they're pretty good. They're not. Yeah, they're pretty good for something that's instant and pretty cheap. It tastes like what I pretty much expected them. Tastes like snickerdoodle. Not a bad thing, but it's not one of those like I highly would recommend. But they were on sale at Kroger, so I got them pretty cheap. Not bad. Okay, that didn't turn anything. That sucks. Please, Lord. Okay, I'm on some sufficient amount of ground. What's... Oh, I already collected that many. Oops. Y'all. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow turns out like I plan it to. The Bailey had like 2 weeks in a row where 2 weeks in a row where she couldn't have the kids at all, and now because of her ex-husband, and now she has the kids, so it's like these next couple of weeks are like Nothing. Because she wants to spend time with her kids because she hasn't been able to. I'm like, cool. Bye. She's about to go on vacation next week, so I'm about to have like a week off of work. And I was like, so is there anything you want me to do? Gone on vacation? And she goes, no, we've already made enough money to pay for your paycheck for when I'm gone. Okay, so what do you want me to do while you're gone? And she was like, nothing, just enjoy your time off. Deal. Bye. You don't tell me twice, motherfucker, I'm out.
No kidding.
But that's literally all she was like. She was like, no, you did that already. You made it. She was like, today we basically made my paycheck, like my next paycheck in one day. So she was like, you don't have to worry about it. We made the money. I'm like, oh. But is there anything else you need me to do? And like recently I bought scrubs, and she's like, yeah, I need you to send me the receipt for the scrubs so I can pay you for that. Pay me for what? You bought scrubs. That's not your job to pay for your own scrubs. What? Yes, it is. That's my work clothes. And she's like, yeah, no, it's tax deductible. You don't pay for that. Oh, I thought you just bought me the last set because I was unemployed at the time when you bought them for me. And she goes, no, I bought them for you because it's tax deductible and doesn't cost me anything. So you should send me the receipt. So now the scrubs I just bought that were like $300, I get all that money back. So, okay. And she goes, yeah, I'll have that for you before I go on vacation. Okay, so you're going on vacation to give me a bonus? Okay. Bye. Get on vacation already, goddammit. And honest to God, so she leaves on vacation on Saturday. We have nothing on the schedule for Wednesday or Friday. And we're off on Thursday. I'm starting to think that she's not going to schedule anything Friday or Saturday or Wednesday. And I'm about to have like an 8-day off. Or 10-day off. A week and a half and not having to work. Fucking sweet. Trying to figure out what to do if that happens. I'm like, if I get that much, I'm gonna go to Florida. Get down there to fucking Three Sister Springs and try to see if I can do some of that shit. I want to go down there so goddamn bad, man. They have a bioluminescent tour that you can take where it's like literally like at night. It's like midnight, and then go out on canoes. And it's animal friendly, so they have animal friendly canoes I can bring Russell on, and the canoes are completely see-through, and they're all tied together. You don't even have to do anything. The front canoe has like a motor, so you don't have to do anything, and you can see all the bioluminescent life underneath you. So it just basically looks like a scene from Avatar. Yeah, and you just ride around in canoes. And again, it's animal friendly, so with Russell there, he could see all that shit and like be able to enjoy that in his lifetime. And I was like, that would be fucking cool. I would love to see that. And like, they're completely clear canoes, so you see everything underneath you. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something I think I would like. I'm like, this for funsies one time, like that's pretty cool. And then they have there's an area we like swim with manatees and stuff, and then again it's a dog friendly. I could bring Russell to go swim with a mammal that swims like underwater all the time. Like that's pretty cool. There's some cool shit. After I realized he was 8, I'm like, there's some cool shit I could subject him to. Just to let him enjoy, like, check this out. Apparently, I was reading it for the whole thing for the Russell. It'd be about $80. Like that's
That's
all
not
it would
bad.
cost for me and Russell to have. No, not at all. $80 to have an experience I'll never do again. Like that's a once in a lifetime thing for me with my dog. Sounds great. $80? Yeah, it sounds perfect. Like the perfect amount of money for that. So if she gives me the extra time, I might very well do that. It's literally North Florida, like where the Okefenokee is. It's just south of Okefenokee, so it's literally you cross over from the Okefenokee area to Florida. That's where the Three Sister Springs is. You just go there. That's it. And there's all sorts of stuff. Like it's a tourist area, but like there's so much cool stuff out there that you can do as somebody if you like to be outdoors at all. I'm like, that sounds fun. All that sounds fun. And on the way back up to Georgia, if I take a car, I could go through the animal sanctuary that's like a big zoo where you can go in and like feed giraffe and shit. I could take homeboy up there with me. Like, Russell, look at this fucking... Like, you know what I mean? Like, to take a dog and be like, motherfucker. They just let him embrace, like, what the fuck is that? I think that'd be fun. But just to see a dog's reaction to like, what is that? You know, like what the fuck is that? That'd be fun. As for me, I'm like, most of that stuff doesn't even touch me. What's it using? Oh, have you seen, by the way, before have you seen the new Borderlands footage yet?
Which ones?
Borderlands 4. Find it real quick. There is some new stuff that came out. And the only reason why it matters is because it looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. There's some game coming out, and it might be Borderlands, but there's some game coming out, and it's like, if you want the Ultimate Collector's Edition or whatever for $150, it doesn't come with the game. You get like posters, and digital art, and a sculpture, and like it's like one of them box things.
Oh,
But then you have to spend the extra $70 on the game.
I would say overall, I wouldn't be surprised if that was Borderlands.
It could be a different
Like-
one, so I can't remember off the top of my head now.
I just know Borderlands and how they like to do like their packages and stuff, and that I've never committed to them, and it's just fine. But I just sent you the newest. That was the newest Borderlands short film. And it literally dropped 2 days ago. And now, there are other people you'll find stuff. People that have been breaking it apart and talking about it since it released, but it's, I don't care what other people say until I play it. I you know me, I don't like watching a whole lot of trailers, but Borderlands is one of my games.
Scars and burns. These look extra tough.
Never played
I will
3.
always love them. I played everything of 3. I played all of it. Me and David literally went through and played all the DLC, everything for 3. 3 was great. 3 is a great game. 2 was fun.
I didn't
1
like
was
2,
amazing.
so I didn't care about trying 3. 1 was
2
the
was
best
just a
one
game.
to me.
2 was just a game. 2 was a fun game for me. I enjoyed playing it. It wasn't as good as 1. It wasn't as good as the DLC of 1.
I didn't
3
like
was
the
great.
hunters.
Yeah, 3 was good for me. I really the certain stories for 3. You know, there were certain things in 3 that
We make it worse.
No,
above
energy
par.
readings are stabilizing. Stay in the
To
center.
me.
Any
They
threat will
were
slow down
really,
the
really
process.
good. So if 4 is gonna be anything like 3, I'll enjoy it. I'll be fine with it. Me. My big things. The Borderlands to me is just a fun game. The cell shading, the missions, the goofiness. It's just a game to be silly. I will always love listening to Claptrap. Dear meatbags, like just silly shit. There was so much silly shit in those games that was just fun to watch.
Freelancer, the only way out of here is if you stay on the platform.
I can't wait for Welcome to Derry. That's gonna be good. As far as the next big thing that I'm looking forward to with TV. But again, it completely depends on how much you give a shit about the series a bit. If you don't, yeah, if you don't, then that's what. See, that's what I was talking about earlier with John. If you don't, if that doesn't tickle your fancy, it's not gonna. There's nothing that's gonna. But Welcome to Derry is gonna be amazing. But we'll see. I can't wait. If it's anywhere near as good as Castle Rock, it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I was never a Stephen King guy.
Exactly, and I grew up on it. It's like my dad. He introduces me to 2 things mainly in my childhood, and that's fucking Chuck Norris and Stephen King. So, like, I'm addicted to Stephen King. Chuck Norris can suck a cock. My dad's influence eventually got to me at some point. Oh, you know, speaking of my dad's influence, yeah, I found out something interesting the other day, and I might have shared this with you already. It's kind of a blur, but you know, Brian Wilson died, the lead singer of the lead person behind making sure that the Beach Boys existed and like continued to exist. He just died recently. Did you know that he was still playing, like touring and doing like Beach Boy stuff, and had someone that was like a lead guitarist in a lead part of the band that we grew up with that wasn't a Beach Boy original?
I knew they were touring, but I didn't know anything.
You know who it is? The
Dude.
person that tours with them that we grew up with? It's a
No.
90s actor.
Nice
John
actor.
Stamos. I did not know that, and it blew my mind. So, since there was a thing I remember as a kid, and like when they talked about it, like, I remember that. There's an episode of Full House that I do remember where they asked, now I can't remember his name in the show because I'm drunk, but like John Stamos' character, Jesse, thank you, Uncle Jesse, father of the fuck on me. But they asked Uncle Jesse, will you play us something on your guitar? Because they had a sad moment. I think it was something about the girl's daughter, or the girl's mother. All the girls, like how she was dead. And they asked him to play a song, and he played a song from the Beach Boys. So that was actually improvised. Because when they asked John Stamos if he could play the guitar, he said, I can, but I can only play a few songs by my favorite band. And they said, well, whatever you can play, we'll make it work. And he played Beach Boys. And that was his favorite music, was from the Beach Boys. And he goes on, like, I was listening to him on 99X the other day, and they were talking to him about, it was like, that was, like, you don't understand, like, growing up, I had, like, you might think I had a perfect life, but I didn't. And like every time I was sad, every time like I felt bad about myself, I would listen to the Beach Boys, and they had uplifting music that was fun to listen to. So I would listen to the Beach Boys. And when I played that song on Full House, and everyone was like, it was a big deal because it was actually like a big deal. Like it was mentioned, of course, at the time, TV Guide was a big deal. And that was a big article on TV Guide was about him doing that. The Beach Boys caught wind of it. The remaining members, obviously, because everyone's died. But the remaining members had caught wind of it and said, hey, you know, would you like to come out to do like a tribute tour with us? And when they brought Stamos on, because he was like, I shit my pants when they asked me. Like, I couldn't believe they asked me to do this. He was like, yes, I'll do it.
Don't answer that.
So when he came on, they were like, holy shit, Stamos can play. And so they brought him on, and he's been touring with them for like 20 years.
Yes. No life signs detected. The scars will have to find a new
Stamos has been a Beach Boy for 20 years. I thought that was really fucking interesting. Like him telling the story of it, listening to him talk about everything and how it played out. And from the other members, they're like, yeah, that's all true. What? I had no idea. John Stamos, that's where he's been. That's why he hasn't been acting. He's been a Beach Boy for like the past 20 years. I had no fucking idea. Yeah, I thought it was cool as fuck. I was like, well, good for him. Because when Brian Wilson died, Stamos, they interviewed him, and they were like, so we know that you've been a Beach Boy for this long. We had, no, you know, this is a big deal now that Brian Wilson's dead. And the whole band was like, nope, we'll continue touring for him. We're going to finish the tour, and we're going to make sure that he lives on in his music. And Stamos is going to basically take up the lead of it to do it. I was like, bro, I've never liked John Stamos more than I do now. Like, goddamn you, John Stamos. You've always been funny to me just because you're like, I fuck hoes. But now that I know that you're a Beach Boy that fucks hoes, that's funny as hell to me. That's amazing. I don't know why, but that's so funny. But yeah, that blew my mind, man. That's a true fact. You look all that shit up, blew my mind. I was literally listening to his interview. Like, that's nuts. Just a dude. Likes the Beach Boys. God damn it.
That's cool.
All the way from Uncle Jesse when he first did that. Like, bro, that's over 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, that was when we were kids. That's bananas. That's influenced that kind of music this whole time. That's crazy to me. I just was listening to him talk about it and like how excited he was to talk about like I knew Brian Wilson. Not that I've been playing with him for 20 years. He was still so jazzed on the fact that he could say I knew him. Motherfucker, you've been his best friend for like 2 decades. That didn't matter to Stamos. He was still in awe of the man's brilliant, like genius, and like the music he made. I was like, that is something so cool to me. Like, you can still be, you've known this person for this long, and you're still like, this dude's the coolest fucking person I've ever met. Ever met? You see him every day. And then he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say. That is the coolest fucking person right there.
More people know who you are than him.
Yeah, 100%. That was one part of the interview. I swear to God, Bear, they brought that up. They were like, you know, it's funny that you think this about Brian Wilson, but if I were to talk to anyone across the world, I can't remember his name now. One of the guys from 99X like morning show. He goes, so you're telling me right now that you think if I go to anywhere in the world and say Brian Wilson, they'll know who I'm talking about. But if I say John Stamos, they won't know who I'm talking about? He goes, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what it is a shame that people allocate my name to something that they don't understand. And I really like that because what he's saying is all they understand is what I look like. They don't know who I am. They don't know anything about me. They don't know the music that I follow or the people that I worship or the people that I think are like fantastic. They don't know anything about that. He instantly went to defend the fact that he is a fan, not that he's a star. I was like, god damn, appreciate you right now. God damn it, Stamos. I didn't realize you were a cool person, but god damn it, I appreciate you more than I thought I did. Like, he immediately went to like, I don't give a fuck who I am. How do you not know who Brian Wilson is? That to me, I was like, okay. I thought you were a douchebag for years, homie. I was wrong. After listening to that interview, I was like, well, shit. And it was all on 9 Nuts Live. It was all live. I was listening to it while I was driving to work. It was literally the day after he died. I was like, god damn. Oh, something else. Speaking about music, if you haven't seen it, yet, and you want a documentary at any point to watch, just to like pass time, Trainwreck Astro World. The story of the Travis Parker, like, or not Travis Parker, I remember his fucking name. The black dude that played that on Astro World when all those people died. Travis Parker? No, I think that's the guy from Blink-182. I'm drunk. But the guy that's on that, if you get a chance, it's on Netflix, and it's called Trainwreck Astro World. Watch that. Holy shit. Like, I knew people died. Bro, people died. Like, horrible deaths at that show. I am so glad that you... Travis Scott. Did you get a chance? That's insane. Watch that. The media doesn't cover shit compared to that documentary. It's really bad. Like, you hear, like, you actually get to hear the 911 calls. They have all the recordings of that. That is a very intense documentary. Like, from hearing it from all aspects, the beginning of it's so happy. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's everything we've been looking forward to. You know, we have this whole thing with the everyone's so upset because of the pandemic and everyone's being told to stay indoors. We can't go outside. And then this happens. And like, you hear everybody talking about how happy they are. Bro, you gotta watch that documentary. That's insane. The stories you get to hear. So the people who died, all the people who are around them, like their friends and family who invited them, and the people who survived amongst the dead, you get to hear their story. Bro, it's fucking nuts. Like, their story, holy shit. That's shit that belongs in books. It's insane. Like, terrible shit. Terrible, awful shit. Like, some of them suffocated their own friends to stay alive. Like, they just happen to be... No, it's not, because I've been there. But they, like, literally, it's like, if the whole walrus fucking thing had backfired, and I was able, because I was scrawnier, hold on, because I was scrawnier, I could keep out between them and get above them. That's what happened to those people. You guys would have died. I'd have been fine. I'd end up with broken legs, but I'd have lived, and you guys would have died. Listen, I'm serious. Like, dude, that documentary is crazy. Like, I was listening to it earlier. I had a little bit to finish, but fuck. That's some crazy shit. People just, dude, it's nuts. It's like people talking about
YouTube or on Netflix?
Netflix. It's all on Netflix. It's bananas. YouTube right now. Have you ever watched QI? It's a BBC like
I've seen a
panel
lot of
show.
clips of it. I haven't watched all the way through it,
If you
like
get a
through a
chance,
full
if you like the
episode.
clips, do you like the clips?
Yeah.
Please watch the full episodes. They're all on YouTube. Just look up
UI
QI.
and
Um,
Taskmaster.
oh my god, I love Taskmaster. Greg Davies and Alex Horn are my favorites. Like of the British people, they're my favorites.
Yeah, they had
Um,
the weird
all of
Greek
it's on
guy
YouTube.
on there a lot lately.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's funny.
The fuck is his name?
Um,
Manzukis.
yeah, Manzukis. Yeah, he's awesome.
Fucking
It's
amazing.
because there's a reason why.
Dude,
So
he's
there's
off
podcasts.
the wall.
No. So if you look,
Mark, go,
uh,
go,
there's a
go,
long-standing podcast about Alex Horn
go.
that happened early on that said, "Are there any people that you would wish would never come back Taskmaster?" Taskmaster, and he says, "People, no. Person, yes." Alex Horn is a very mild-mannered. He's one of my. I love cats. He's in old school QI. Alex Horn is very very intelligent, and I really like him. And he has podcasts where people have asked him that, and it goes around, and people who are on Taskmaster constantly ask him, "Is it me?" Because there's one person he wishes that would never come back, and there are times I think it's him, the Greek guy. Just because if you watch the series close enough, you will see that he's the one that throws him the most off his game, where he can't keep the straight face. And I'm like, is it because of that? Like I've watched Taskmaster since the day it actually launched, because I was a Greg Davies follower, and when he took over Taskmaster, I started watching it. But QI, there are two sections of QI. There's the old QI, like the Ricky Gervais office, that is ran by the gay guy from Vendetta, if you remember that guy. It's him. He's the original QI guy.
Mm-hmm. The little lesbian lady's
Those,
funny.
I was gonna say, he's okay. If you want to fall asleep, watch his, because it's very interesting until you fall asleep. If you want to be entertained, watch her. The little lesbian lady. She is like Iceland. She's Scandinavian. So there's a lot of stuff that happens to her. Fun of, very funny. She makes fun of herself a lot. Have you seen the clip of her getting to open
Open a box.
open a bottle of champagne with a saber?
I've not seen that one.
I highly recommend, if you want something that'll make you laugh and make you feel happy, watch that. Because for her, it's literally, there's a guy that's like Robin Hood. That's like a new age, like it's a group of people that do certain things old English ways, and they speak in old English and all sorts of crazy shit. And she brings on like a special person that is like a high ranking official still, and they only open bottles of champagne with sabers, cut them the old school way where they cut the cork straight off. And there's only a group of them that still do it the proper way and teach people how to do it. And they teach her, the master of the entire order comes on and teaches her how to do it, and she gets to do it. And she sits down, she goes, "I don't care what anyone thinks, but that's the most exhilarating thing I've ever done in my life." She's like, "That was the coolest thing I've ever done." And it was just being a pirate, and you have to see it, but like you can see it in her. She's awesome. I love her. She's a fantastic host, and QI is a great show, but if you go back and watch it all the way through, as you keep watching it, Bea Isling, the Irish chick, that's like,
Hmm.
she is so hot. God damn, she is hot. She's still hot. To this day, she's still hot. She is so sexy. She wears very conservative clothing 90% of the time because she's Angelican. But when you actually see her in movies where she's not dressed conservatively, bro, she's got a fucking body on her. She is so sexy. But that Irish girl. Oh, and Joe Lycett, the gay comedian that he had a thing on Netflix. He's like Facebook famous for being the guy that writes fucking terrible letters to people in the government to make sure that he doesn't get a ticket. Yeah, he's in QI a lot.
The most recent one I saw with him was him complaining about this fucking kid
Oh yeah,
that
I know what you're
had
talking about.
ruined
I know
his
what you're talking
life
about.
with the fucking cabbages.
Yeah, bro, QI is worth watching. If you haven't, start from episode 1 of the little lesbian Danish girl, a Danish lady running it. Just go from episode 1 on. You will not be disappointed. It's especially because I know of the dry life that I can never remember the name of because I never watched it. You've
What?
watched it 1,000. The one you've watched 1,000 times.
Yeah, it
The
cut out
dry
when you
humor.
dry
Dry humor.
humor.
You've
Frasier?
watched it 1,000. Frasier. If you just watch it. You'll know what
What
I'm
makes
talking
fun of
about.
me and my
Just
Frasier?
watch it. I know. Just watch it, and I don't know how you could not like QI and like Frasier. If you like Frasier, you're gonna like QI. There's smart humor, and it's easily understandable as long as you have an IQ above duh. Like it's very fun, and you learn. Like I've learned a lot of stuff. Did you know that there's only one country in the world that doesn't use UTC as a time measurement? It's the Danes, the Danish. They're the only ones. They use their own time, their own kind of time that they base. And basically, whenever you go to Denmark, you're 15 minutes behind if you're running off of UTC. So in everyone in the world is compared to the Danish is basically the way they imply it. Because everyone's 15 minutes late to everything compared to the Danish. Now, I will teach you something today that I learned from there that I find very interesting. So, you know, do you know why we go off of 60 seconds in a minute?
No?
It's a highly divisible number. It's divisible by 12 numbers. So 1 through 12, you can divide into 60, which is very actually rare amongst whole number groups that you have 12 numbers that are divisible into one thing. So you can actually track that there are 12 seconds in a minute, all the way back to the Babylonians. This is a long-standing thing. This is an American time, okay? This is a long-standing thing. So there are 60 seconds in a minute, but for a long time, there were not 60 minutes in an hour, which was very interesting to me. Apparently, for a long time, an hour was dependent on the time and effort it took for you to do something. So in certain parts of the world, there would be 45 minutes an hour during the because it's so hot. You really only need to be 45 minutes out. And so that's how you would change the timing of the day. Eventually, it was changed because of the atomic clock. The atomic clock is apparently based on the amount of vibrations through cesium that light can make. It's crazy fucking explanation. If you watch the show, you'll hear it again. You'll know what I'm talking. But they go through the whole explanation, the atomic clock and whatnot. And so the whole world, once the atomic clock was recognized, they determined that that's how you base time off of. Now, there's only one country in the world that doesn't base it off of the atomic clock, and that's the Danish. So Denmark decided that when they were Vikings, okay, when they took over the world, they basically decided that the way their time worked wasn't in 12-hour stints, it was 8. And so what they would do is they had this timeline set where we were looking at the dial, like the sundial. They had a 8-block dial that would be set up in each town, in each like group of buildings, and it would be based on different like landmarks that they could see. So they would be like, okay, so at the first eighth of the day, this is where the sun hits. So it'd be this hill over here. At the second eighth of the day, it would hit these 2 hills over here. And so that would be their sundial, and they would literally etch in stone the shapes of the things that you would see at these certain times of day. So when the Vikings would attack places, they would have no idea what time it was. Because they didn't have their fucking sunstones that they had back home. They had no idea. So they'd be like, we attack at noon tomorrow. No one had any idea what noon was. Because they didn't have their landmarks to define them by. Isn't that cool? I was like, that's very interesting. I had no idea. But that's a real fact. You can look that shit up. I looked it up because I was like, that's actually very interesting to me, and looked it up afterwards, and that's how I fell asleep that night. I was looking that shit up, but it was, yeah, it's all true. Those fuckers, when they invaded, no idea. They had no idea what time of day it was. None. They could look at the sun and be like, it looks like it's a little dark out, but I have no idea if it's dark because it's about to be day, or if it's dark because it's about to be night. They had no idea. They didn't give a shit. They just murdered. That's why a lot of like Viking attacks, like historical Viking victories, happened at night. They weren't supposed to. The Vikings didn't fight at night. Not at home. They only fought at night when they invaded Britain. Because they didn't know what time of day it was when they started the attack. It's crazy. Now that we see why, that's nuts. They had no idea. They legit had no fucking clue.
He legit believes that they didn't know if it was.
It could be day, it could be night. I have no idea. We'll find out tomorrow whenever
I don't need a
the sun comes
to
up.
know that it's.
That was literally how they did it. That's how they
soon.
refigured out what the clock was. They had to find out within, I think they said,
and of all
within
people to
4
talk
months,
to
or they would have all died.
about the Vikings.
Just because they didn't know what time of day it was. In a brand new land with nothing other than people attacking them back.
Jacked up.
But they eventually figured it out within like a couple of weeks. They figured out how to tell time. That's crazy. Vikings were like, we know time real good. We don't know where we are right now, but we'll figure it out. And they did. We were almost stuck to the 8-hour time period. Or the 8 periods of time throughout the day that the Vikings had. Some cool shit, man. UI is good. Like, I really like it.
Relics up ahead.
Like, it's funny because like they talk about like with reaches like the History Channel. I'm like, well, now that I'm older and I have the more TV than my did, I think really what we wanted was the BBC. We all just want to listen to British people go, do you know things that you didn't know in America because they didn't teach you? Huh? What? And then you learn it and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know that. Like, I'm did you know that, did you hear about the No Kings marches and people who were out like protesting the No King's Day?
There's a lot of it.
Here in Georgia?
Yeah. There's one there in Woodstock.
You're muted.
I sure am. Yeah, I did. There was one there in Woodstock. They were all over Georgia.
So did you hear the other day that they're talking about possibly protesting this year?
Who?
Guy Fawkes Day.
'Cause they
Remember
they
the
can't
5th
do
of
no
November.
kings. They had to do no tyrants up in
Yep,
Canada.
exactly. You're exactly right. So you're probably the only person who's known that sign. I want you to know that right now. You should be proud of that. No one else has acknowledged that. I've said this to 1,000 people because I read it online. I was like, that's very interesting. Because what they don't understand is the fact that that holiday, also intercedes with everything going on with Canada. So, everyone was like, so it's not actually, it's one of those things that you're like, when you say it out loud, I know it sounds like they look like the fucking people. It's not a conspiracy, it's not the guys from, like, I know, anonymous, but it's not them. It's literally where they got the mask from. It's Guy Fawkes Day. And now it's like being acknowledged again.
Funny
and
remembers.
It's so bad.
It's
so bad.
the whole
It's so
point is to
stupid.
not forget.
Bad. And I've been trying to tell people, I'm like, it's not just because of V for Vendetta. I actually had an Asian friend that was really into British history and knew about that before that movie even came out, and I remember him ramming that down everyone's throat about Guy Fawkes Day. Remember the 5th of November, and that fucking movie came out and it pissed me off because he was right. So fuck you. I've heard about it for a long goddamn time, and now I'm like, listen, right now, we're doing all these marches and everything's happening, talking about No King's Day. I wonder, and then I was reading about like certain ones here in Georgia and everything, and they're talking celebrating Guy Fawkes Day. So just be ready for burning scarecrows and stuff, because apparently that's going to be really cool and hip this year. In protest of the orange-headed guy who has no fucking clue what that goddamn means. It's so stupid.
My favorite
But-
term for him is Mango Mussolini.
I've heard that. I like that one too. Oh,
Save
so
a lot Stalin.
it's totally random. Sorry, totally off subject. Just because you said Mussolini, made me think of it. Have you heard anything? I know you probably haven't. I know you haven't. I don't know why I'm asking. But there's a new player in baseball, Caglione. He is a pitcher from God damn it, now I don't remember what fucking college he came from, but off the top of my head right now, I'll come to me.
Those eggs are filled with acid.
But last year he was famous. I actually was watching him, but
We
it
should
was
check the
just
second relic,
a
just to be
random
sure.
thing because it was like Caitlin Clark when Caitlin Clark was big. But his name is Caglione, and Caglione is a pitcher that's known for how many home runs he hits, which of course is very odd. In the history of baseball, typically pitchers don't hit home runs.
There are more
Okay,
eggs here.
like just
I think you
basic
might be
knowledge
right,
of baseball.
freelancer.
Basic knowledge. And Caglione is a fantastic pitcher. He's a very good pitcher, first of all. Probably one of the best in his class at the time. But what he's known for, even though he's a fantastic pitcher, again, as someone who's a fan of baseball, played baseball, great pitcher. He can hit home runs and he can read another pitcher. That's what his power is. His power is that he's such a good pitcher, he can read other pitchers and therefore can hit a home run because he can see what they're about to do. He's just really autistic. He's just really autistic. Let's just be honest. And in his college career was amazing. So as soon as he came up for like draft, he was picked up immediately. Now he was picked up by a random team at the time. So we all know now Kansas City, we had the Chiefs, right? So the Kansas City Royals have always sucked ass in the MLB. They're a terrible team. But they've gotten some extra funding lately due to the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl candidates, they've been winners, blah blah blah. We all know about Travis Kelce and all that shit. So the Royals this year, they got an extra boost in funding, and they picked up Caglione. Now, I built all this up because you have to understand, this is a big thing. This guy is a big deal to a team that means jack shit. Okay? No one at the time, the Kansas City Royals, no one gives a fuck about the Kansas City Royals. And then they get Caglione and they're like, oh my god, let's see what the Kansas City Royals can do with the heavy hitter. His first at-bat, Brian. First game, first at-bat. He comes up and he knocks the goddamn piss out of a ball. That is a ball. It's not even a strike. It's not even the strike zone. He knocks the fucking piss out of that ball. Home run. No doubt. It's soon he leaves the bat. Home run. He golf hit it down low up to a ball that was up to the north of the strike zone. He just got up underneath it, hit the fuck out of it, and knocked it. Home run. First at bat. Kansas City Royals. Probably haven't seen a home run in a few games, okay? Let's be honest. Probably like 500 games. I don't know. But it's bad. They're bad. First at bat, boom, home run. Now, the reason I bring this up is for what happens next. Hilarious. He gets around all four bases. The entire stadium has lost their goddamn mind. And he gets back into the bullpen and he goes, and no one's paying attention to him. He's like, first home run, everybody. He's taking off his gloves. And they're like, oh, I thought it would be something you guys would care about. Because it's my first at bat. And he's got his gloves off and no one's even looking at him. No one has acknowledged him since he walked in. And he was like, oh. And you can see the sadness in his face, and the whole fucking team loses their goddamn mind. They played the silent fucking treatment on him. They literally, like, afterwards, they're like, we all had bets that said that he would hit a home run on his first hit, and no one told him. And when it happened, all of us said, they were playing a trick on him. All of them agreed together as Kansas City Royals to fuck with him if he hit a home run. And he fucking did. So they did it. They all committed. They all committed to the joke, and they all went complete silent treatment on him, and he had no fucking idea. And when they all jumped on him laughing and going, bro, we cannot fucking believe you did that, they showed him the proof that they had been fucking with him. Bro, it was hilarious. Like, what a fucking fun moment for that guy. First home run in MLB, first fucking hit, and they were all like, god damn it. Alright, we gotta fuck with him. You can't just let him do it, you gotta fuck with him. Great. Another one recently that happened that brought me back to the MLB. I've been watching more baseball lately, more than I have in a while. There's a pitcher on the Dodgers. So, you know, the Dodgers are pretty much dominant right now because LA, everyone wants to suck each other's dick. But the Dodgers have the most funding, just like the Yankees used to have the most funding. So now they're getting the most teammates. But there's a guy who's the starting pitcher. He's kind of a dick. When he comes out, what he does is he every now and then when the Dodgers are like in a series where they don't have to win, they could lose and they still win. He comes out and he mimics all the other Dodgers pitchers' stances and throws like a girl. He throws them at like 84 miles an hour, like 70 miles an hour, and he strikes people out doing it. But he mimics other pitchers' stances. He doesn't even do his own stance. He doesn't care. He's just like, who cares? We win either way. But he makes it funny. And I'm like, damn it. That's amazing.
It looks unstable.
But that's literally all he does. He comes out just to fuck with people.
She did say it was unstable.
And sometimes they just can't hit it because they're like, this shit. The pitch is just so bad. They had a guy the other day.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what they're doing now is they're having the highlight reels again on baseball, like what they used to have, like more so like focusing on the highlight reels because of the Savannah Bananas.
I was just about to ask you that. There's what your thoughts are on that whole situation. I think
Perfect.
that shit is hilarious.
It's perfect. They needed more of it.
Like, if this was just baseball, like, people
Yeah.
would watch more, I think.
I don't think baseball needs to evolve in baseball anymore. They need to become the Savannah Bananas and the other team. It's the fact of the matter is that they took something that was boring. It used to be more exciting. It's just that now players
They're not allowed to have steroids now.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's just the steroids for me. I don't think it's just the steroids. I think what has happened is the more dynamic players are in NFL or NBA. We're not seeing as many of the big dynamic players in baseball anymore because the money isn't as there for them because of the, like, you're a baseball player for a lot longer than you are a football player. So how much money you have to make in that time is different, I guess. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of scrambled, right? But with the Savannah Bananas and that whole concept of baseball, those guys are playing for fun. And that is what I like in baseball. There's a guy, I think he plays for the Mets or the Yankees, I can't remember. But his name is Cabrera. And Cabrera is known for, like, if a ball is thrown to him, like, it's a ball, right? Like, it's nothing. It's just a ball. It doesn't count against him. It doesn't, it's not a strike, right? Yep. He will grab the guy, he'll go, hey, pitcher, can I have that? And the pitcher will give it to him. And the umpires have given him time. Okay, no timeout. And he goes out and he hands it to a young kid.
It's just taking a moment for the energy readings to stabilize.
Doesn't matter if they're wearing his uniform, doesn't matter if they're the opposing team's uniform. He wants that kid to have a good time. That's all he does. And people give him time to do it. Fuck you, that's awesome. That's amazing. And that's what the Savannah Bananas do, and that group does. They provide entertainment. And dude, we're older now. What do sports really mean to us anymore? Nothing like they did when we were kids. So why not give it back to the kids? Why not have something like the Savannah Bananas and that bullshit and that crazy shit? It's fun to watch. Let them have it. I loved growing up.
Yeah, they don't have the mental capability to watch a full game of just baseball.
Yeah.
It makes it fun. And they still basically learn the game. And when they get older, yeah, like,
they're never mean to each other. The Savannah Bananas and the other teams, they're never fucking rude. You know what I mean? It's sportsmanship, man.
No, apparently from one of the guys from the Savannah guys, it's the MLB guys that are generally assholes to them.
Yep. Even though they're having fun. Even though they're out there every time, selling out arenas. Now that they sell out, it's expensive to get a Savannah Bananas ticket. I've literally lived precariously through other people because I can't afford the tickets. They're expensive. Like because they're good. It's a fun game. You're going to a show. You're not just going. It's like when you go to a movie theater that also serves you food. You're going to dinner at a movie that you might actually. It changes the movie a little bit. You're out and about. You're getting a good meal. You're watching a movie that you want to watch. That changes it. It's the same thing with them. You go out there. When you go to those shows, it's not a normal fucking baseball experience. Like a lot of times they have food trucks and shit. So you can step out of the stadium with a stand on your wrist, and there's food trucks. You go out there and get some food truck food that's good shit, and come back in after the break, and now you have some good food truck food, and you're sitting down watching a baseball game. But it's not a baseball game. It's a show. It's a bunch of dudes fucking dancing and then throwing a ball. Dude, stilts? That dude's amazing. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna tell me you're up on those stilts throwing fastballs? Bro, I've thrown fastballs.
Bats from them.
Huh?
So you fucking bats from them.
That's what, yeah, no. That kid's skill, that's 1 in a million. No one else, I don't know anyone who can do that. Seriously, like, all jokes aside, like, the fact that we like the Ren Fair, that we like to see people who can actually go through, like, bro, to go be able to joust, 1 in a million. Nowadays, it's 1 in a million. To be able to do that, take that hit, get up, put band-aids on, get up, do it again the next day for like 3 months out of the year, and not die, like, it's 1 in a million. Fuck off. You know? When you think of the concentration of people in the state of Georgia that can fucking pull that off, you got one guy that's dressing like that every day, doing that shit at the Ren Fair. Yeah, fuck off. That shit's crazy. We appreciate that because we watch that and we appreciate, we know what it's like to be hit. We've been hit by swords. We've hit each other with swords. We know what it's like to be hit by a sword. That's dull. It hurts still. God damn it. It still hurts. So, you know, like, we have a little bit of a different appreciation. You only see this shit when you're like, okay, you guys are putting on a show. You know the choreography that there's a lot of choreography for them to pull the shit off they pull off. That's hard to do. And the fact that they still fucking pull off some crazy stunts, there's some fucking catches those guys make in the outfield that blow my fucking mind. That I'm like, how did you just
I can only imagine it's in the same realm of, like, people weren't, like, in the NBA weren't, like, super fans of the Globetrotters.
And they were wrong. That's my opinion, man.
No, yeah, because the Globetrotters are fun.
They made me happy. That was something that brought me happiness. I do not disagree with the Globetrotters. I think they did some people dirty, but they only did them that way because that person was being disrespectful. I can't remember what team that was they played against recently, when the guy literally, like, the other player, like, walked off and, like, left.
You embarrassed me.
Well, it was embarrassment, but it was also...
Yes. No life signs detected.
He kept confusing him, and when he would confuse him, what he would do is he wouldn't score. So, like, the guy literally, he got him to the point to where he could, the Globetrotter got him to the point where he could score. And he went to, it looked like he went to shoot it or pass it, but instead he put it in his jersey and flung it around behind him. And the guy turned around. And when he turned around, the guy that's the Globetrotter could obviously grab it out of his jersey and take the shot. But he didn't. He waited till the guy turned around and he took it and he touched it to the guy and threw it out of bounds. Just to make it look like, oh, who touched it last? It was funny. Very funny. I thought it was hilarious. That other dude
they would
did not
be
find it funny.
on board, like, hey, you know they're gonna go out there, and the things they're gonna do are gonna be illegal in basketball.
It's illegal.
The ref doesn't care.
Okay,
They're
now hold
clowns.
on.
Deal with it.
I have to ask before I forget. Have you seen what happened recently with Caitlin Clark? I know you're not really but have you seen that?
Which thing? Her
Very,
last little
very
scuffle?
recently. The scuffle with the chick poked her in the eye and
Poke
said
her in the
Captain
eye?
Insano. Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain Insano shows some mercy. Did you see what happened after that?
When she got fucking body checked?
So she got poked in the eye, she got body checked, and then turned around, and after that happened, she recovered. Caitlin Clark came out and she shot over the chick again. And when she did, she solidified the lead that their team had. There was no way the other team that had been fucking her up the whole time could come back and win, right? There was no fucking way. So when that hit, the opposing team that had been beating the shit out of her. Now I don't really like Caitlin Clark. I don't give a fuck about all that. Now I do because of this. When this happened, she did the coolest shit I've ever seen. She hit the 3, and it gave them 88 to 71 lead. No way the other team's coming back in the amount of time they got. But because of the way the timer hit, the other team had to call a timeout. It's just the way sports works, when they call a timeout arbitrarily, just to try and fuck with the other team. Well, because of that, that means that Caitlin Clark's team also gets a chance to take a timeout, right? They get to have a conversation. She says, fuck that. And she starts fucking throwing her arms up. And she goes, come on! And she pumps the whole stadium up. Why? Now her opposing team can't hear what the fuck they're talking about. She pumps up every fucking fan she has there to fucking start going. Just going. It's amazing, right? So when that breaks, the other opposing team has bullshit for time.
Going to be
The girl
a
who
little
poked
longer
Caitlin
with
Clark
this
in the eye, she's got
invite.
the ball and she goes to score, and one of Caitlin Clark's
To be honest,
teammates, fuck.
to be honest, man, I don't really know. Like, I do have to get off in like 20 minutes, but like I can't seem to progress at all. Like, I'm stuck on this one mission.
Bro, shit gets insane. It takes like minutes. They were like 5 to 10 minutes before they could untangle all these women from fighting each other. It was amazing. It was amazing. I watched the whole thing live. I was like, oh my God. They were beating the fuck out of each other, bro. It was NHL meets WNBA. It was insane. It was insane. And in the end, they find some people, whatever. And you know what it all started with was like the week before Caitlin Clark, there was a foul put against one of her teammates, but it wasn't called. And she's been facing such like racism and like just people hating on her in the referee mark that she
It's all
saw
good,
that
dude.
her
I don't
friend
either.
on her
I
team
have him as my
had been
my
fouled.
speaker.
So she was like, fuck that. And she straight up NFL fucking destroyed this bitch. Just fucking clotheslined her. And laid her out and was like, fuck you. And when they did the press release afterwards, they're like, you realize you're going to get fined for that? And she goes, hell yeah, I know I'm going to.
Unless you want to drag me through one of your missions, I don't know why I'm stuck on this one stronghold.
And she goes, no, 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 no. I don't care what the cost is. Caitlin Clark was like, I'll pay for it. I know what I did. Which led to this game where she got fucking fouled hard. She got fined. Caitlin Clark got fined because she pushed the girl who poked her in the eye. The girls that body checked her and shoved her to the ground, they get. So the other chick said, you know what, you took one for the team last week. And she just beat the fuck out of the other chick. He's like, fine, I'll take the fine this week. I don't give a shit. That chick went from, it's hilarious, went from 20 million followers to over 180 from beating the fuck out of that lady who attacked Caitlin Clark.
You talking about the tyrant mine?
She just had to beat somebody else up and she got raptured, man. Shit's bananas.
Oh, thank God. The thing finally gave me new mission.
But it's a crazy story. If you get a chance to look that up, that it's funny because like, I saw some things. Angel Reese is the other big name right now in sports. It's Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese can't play fucking the game. Like she can't play basketball. I don't know why she's doing it. And they had a joke because if you haven't seen this, Angel Reese is known for her amazing amount of rebound shots. But they've determined that 60% of her rebounds are from her own missed shots. So, someone jokingly named them me bounds. Instead of rebounds, they're me bounds, making shots. When that happened, it took off overnight that people were calling them me bounds. So to have fun.
Yeah, bud. We can run this one, and then I'll have to call it, unfortunately.
She went and filed to have the name bound, like copyrighted for shirts, hats, and anyone who were to say it like in the form of like, her name, like Angel Reese and her me bounds, because she's the only one to call them me bound. She's so bad. And there's another meme that went around that is just funny. For Angel Reese, Nike has decided that they will be making shoes steel-toed because OSHA has determined that any bricklayer must have a steel-toed shoe. Because she can't shoot for shit. She's just called a bricklayer. It's so bad. She's so bad. It's so funny. Like,
Yeah,
she's
that's
getting so.
why a lot of like actual sport people were just like, I don't know why anybody's talking about these two as like their rivals. They don't even play the same position. Like they don't guard each other. Like they do different shit.
Yeah,
So
they
it's like
just
you
recently.
can't be like, oh, she's a
I've traced the
better
acid back to
than
this
this,
region.
but like
This
in
must be where they're
overall,
making
like
it.
just the basics of the game, Caitlin's better. She's a
Yeah.
subpar basketball player
Picking up
compared
energy from
to
two shaper relics.
Caitlin
Relics,
Clark.
there's usually scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they even had Caitlin Clark play like
Found the first
random
relic.
mock
Is this
games
supposed to
versus
light up?
certain
No,
NBA
it's
players.
volatile. You'll need to silence
You
it,
know why?
freelancer.
That's a very rare thing to happen. In fact, it's never happened. Why did it happen? Because certain NBA players went, I think I could play with this chick. She's the only one that never happened yet. What? Do you want to compare yourself? No man. Okay, understand. I'm not trying to be sexist, but it is a sexist thing when you play sports. Like when you're alpha male and you feel alpha male, and a chick thinks she can play against you, and you're like, no, you fucking can't, and you know she can't. No, but when you're a guy in a sport like that, and you're high up there like that, and you go, I'd like to play against her. That's respect. That is dealt mainly from man to man. Again, I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just trying to be real with what sports are and how those guys think. And it's hard for them to think that a woman's on par with them, no matter who they are. That's why a lot of like guys who are in sports, you'll never see them date another woman who's in sports, other than that guy who's in the Olympics.
Collect the echoes, freelancer.
And his wife was
They
in the
should be
real
close.
Olympics. I can't remember what their names are. That's like the one exception, but it doesn't normally happen. It's because of insecurity. They don't like that. it when a guy from the NBA is like, I'd like to play against Caitlin Clark. That's a pretty big deal, especially because it was black people. Like, in all seriousness, no racism at all. Like, just being honest. A lot of black players were like, I'd like to play against that really tall white lady. That's weird. That's odd. Like, I don't know I've ever heard that in my lifetime. Like, that's odd. I would like to see that. Let's watch it. Have you seen the crystal ball throw for the NBA thing, where they got different NBA players would go against the guys who have podcasts, and depending on if they can make it through the hoop without breaking the crystal ball, whatever's inside, they have to donate.
I'm not.
It's an interesting thing that's on YouTube, and it's a podcast of some kind, but they brought Caitlin Clark onto it, and they were talking to her, and they shoot the crystal ball, and she fucking, it just right through, fucking made it no problem, and they were like, what the fuck? She didn't even fucking hesitate. She wasn't warmed up. She hadn't doing anything. She was just like one-handed, like right into the fucking hole. Okay, you can play basketball. So like there's some like do you not just make way for somebody that's really good at a sport? Do you just move along? That's why I was like the Caglione guy I was talking about earlier. His team was just fucking with him. They were just having a good time. They thought it was funny. But they recognized that dude, that's gonna be bananas. Like in a couple of years. Like, fuck Jeter. That he's ridiculous. And it's gonna keep happening. We're gonna keep having these anomalies. That's what sports are about. But this backlash thing with Angel Reese and her, I'm like, bro, this is the example of what sports could be and how it can reverse based because they think it should be on race. You know, that you're talking about the whole thing with her getting. So something else that happened. I don't know if you saw the Angel Reese won the BET Sports Woman of the Year.
Were they using the relic to create weapons?
That's possible. We should check the second relic.
And there is I think it's jiu-jitsu black belt that is black, that's American, that won like 13 like medals
It's
and like
well defended.
awards and like world championships and like crazy shit in the same year that Angel Reese didn't win anything. And she was like, that's weird. I would have thought you guys would have graded Black Sportswoman of the Year based on merit, but never mind.
No, she has a better social
She's
media
like
presence.
crazy got awards last year.
Yeah, it's because she's good at Instagram.
Oh, but you know what though? It's so weird because like if I were to tell you right now, like she's hot. She's not. Like she looks like the sloth from Ice Age. The more people make those photos happen, the more I'm like, she does look like that. She's ugly. She's not pretty. She doesn't have any features that are redeeming. I don't understand how that happened. I don't get it. There are plenty of black women I find attractive. She's not
And
one
she's
of
a
them.
bitch.
Right. There are plenty of tall women I find attractive. She's not one of them. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's just one of those things. I'm like, ugh. In sports right now, you know, when the whole thing with Travis Kelce, I was like, okay. When I started to watch the podcast, I see that people like you. You're kind of adaptable. You're not really a personality that I would enjoy being around. But I understand why a good group of people would want to be around you. overall be around. Jason, I would probably be. I don't think I'd be friends with my brother at all, but I think I'd be friends with Jason. 'Cause like I understand the Kelchi thing, but so like that was like the other sports. That was like the last sports, like hurrah, and then we went on to Caitlin Clark and Angel Race right now. That's really what we've got in sports. There's not really a whole lot else, and it was like I don't see comparison at all. It was so bad. I was like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like when they're talking about her stats, and I'm looking at it. So I'm not a statistics person. Okay, I'm not. But I do like math. But I'm not a statistics guy. But I do understand that you suck versus you don't suck. I understand the general statistics of what that looks like when you look at the numbers. You can, it's KD. You understand. Like, you suck, you don't suck. Oh, she sucks. Like, I don't understand how Angel Reese is even in the conversation anymore. Like, you guys are stupid. So bad. I don't even know basketball that well, but I know
from
that's
what I
bad.
understand, she was all right. And it just turned into like, it really is just, she was really good at Instagram and blew up on Instagram with old highlights of her. And then it became her by the pool, her going to the club. But she was just a hope of revenue for the WNBA.
Yeah,
And then they got some talent, and now no one cares about her.
Again,
because she keeps wanting to be a bitch about everything. It's just not helping her in the long run.
Right. I agree. I will say this year, the biggest two things have been the NHL and WNBA this year. Or really. And then the Super Bowl halftime with Kendrick. Like, sports-wise, there hasn't been a whole lot. It's been that right now. And I will say, bro, the Panthers. Did you watch that? The NHL? Oh man, bro, what a I watched every bit of it. So David can attest to this. He introduced me he made me sit down and watch NHL games over high rooms. And I actually before all this happened, whenever that happened a long time ago, I was like, I think the Panthers. Like, I just was really into watching their games. They were doing some really good shit at the time, and I really liked watching their games, how aggressive they were. And they've won. And they won this year. And it was awesome. I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole Stanley Cup. I watched the whole fucking shit to watch the Panthers win, and they fucking did. The Panthers this year, fucking great. The Tigers, I can't wait to see what the Tigers do, man. The Detroit Tigers are doing great. I'm still a Lions fan until Laporta trades somewhere else. Laporta is pretty much my new favorite fucking NFL player. He's awesome. I love watching.
That's always a downside with Detroit, man.
I know. Believe me.
They're good in that first half. It's in playoffs where things get too serious.
If Hutchinson was stronger, if Hutchinson is a glass cannon, if he was just a little stronger, I think Detroit would have won last year, and I would have had an amazing Laporta jersey. I think Laporta is still amazing, and I support that wholeheartedly, but if Hutchinson had been able to stay in, I think
That should.
Hutchinson was just incredible. He's an incredible football player, but that's because he puts himself through so much shit. That's why he got hurt so bad, because he just does not give up. Until literally the NFL's like, you. They were like, no. But I mean, you know, I still think this year will be good for them. I'm willing to see what the Browns do with Russell Wilson at their side. I don't know. No, I'm still.
Same thing they do every year, Pinky.
Now, there's only one jersey I want this season, depending on how it goes, is Joe Burrow. If he does good, I'll buy a Joe Burrow jersey. I'll have the first Bengal jersey in the Garner family ever. In fact, I think I had the most jerseys from other teams that no one else roots for in the Garner family, so that'll fucking, I just thought about that. Yeah, no, I think I win. I don't think anyone has a Seahawks or a fucking Lions jersey. Let alone the rarest Lions jersey you can have, probably. Well, I bet you anything. If I keep that Laporta jersey I have in good condition, I bet that shit will be almost like priceless later. I bet you anything. I'm gonna keep that bitch sexy. That was only like a couple of games they fucking wore those jerseys. Like, if Laporta goes on to be as good as I think he will be, yeah, that jersey will be fucking crazy expensive. Because that's one of a kind. They only wore it, like I said, like 2 or 3 times last season. So if Laporta goes somewhere else and wins the fucking Super Bowl, I'm like, oh yeah? Well, I have the alternate fucking black jersey for Laporta.
They can be anywhere.
There's
This one's
$15 million. Thank you, bye.
She did say it was
I don't know,
unstable.
but you know what I'm saying?
Collect the
Like, it's a
fragments
rare.
to
It's gonna be
silence
it's a rare alt for Laporta. It was so funny when David called me fucking hammered. What jersey you want? What jersey you want? Laporta alternate. I can do it. I hope so. Legitimately, he called me like, bro, that's easy. That's an easy. I'm like, well, just wait. Because it's not gonna be easy next year. It'll never happen again. So I'm glad I grabbed that Laporta jersey. Laporta is definitely. I can't wait to see what he does with the Lions this year. I think this football season is gonna be fun. Just to see what all changes, because you know everyone's giving shit about Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers, but it's like, who cares? Like, that's the biggest story going in the NFL right now. Who gives a like Russell Wilson? Everybody, the Browns are gonna be good this year. Watch what Burrow does. I'm telling you, man. With the Bengals and the Browns being right there opposite them, like playing games. I think Burrow's gonna win it, man. I hope so. I hope Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl. That's all I care about. Next couple years before he gets too old to win one. After what? Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you what Joe? This is okay. Let me explain. There's a reason why I like Joe Burrow. Did I tell you what he did for his team, for his offensive line?
Maybe.
He bought. Okay, this is commission replicas. This is not a replica. He bought.
Thomas?
Yes. That's Joe Burrow.
I don't remember.
He bought katanas from historical points in Japanese history. With his own money. His own money. To give to his offensive lineman. What the fuck? That's cool as shit. The people who got them were like, this Joe Burrow's katana. This is the coolest thing I'll ever have. And like have put it in saves that are in like to give you 3, I think they said 3 or 4 now. 4 now. I read it's 4 now. 4 of them are now in J. Morgan Chase, like, main safe. There are historical katanas that are now in J.P. Morgan's Chase. Like,
these look particularly nasty.
main safe. Like, their main fucking, like, holdout. That's crazy. Like, that historical shit that Joe Burrow was able to buy. And he brought it to people and they were like, we need to put this somewhere really, really, really safe. And Joe Burrow was like, yeah. Some of them were like, fuck that. It's in my living room. There were 12 of them that were distributed. Some of them are from like the Meiji era. That's bananas. Yeah, dude, man, just buy that shit. And he's like, yeah, cool. I like comics. That's crazy to me, man. I like Joe Burrow because of that. That's like, that's some cool ass shit, bro. You could have done some really dumb shit. Instead, you bought them swords. Not that bad. Not that bad. Oh, you said though, talking about anime though, did you ever catch up with Windbreaker or no?
I am up to where they are subtitled.
What? Good anime, right?
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
The
I'll
last
be
little
honest.
bit was weird, but
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I was about to say, I'll be honest, last part was a little weird. But, I'll be honest with you, that being as weird as it was, that makes me hopeful that was weird for a
Just sit
reason.
tight. Energy readings are stabilizing, but any interference will slow things down.
Like, why didn't you do that? There's no way you just did that. There's gotta be a reason why you did that. Same thing with the last bit of Jujutsu Kaisen. Super weird. What are you about to do? Last bit of Blue Exorcist. I don't know if you've been up to date with Blue Exorcist, but the new bit of Blue Exorcist is great. That was really good. The new stuff's good. But I was like, what are you doing with that? Weird. They kind of go Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like this is
Good answer. Get back to the platform.
some of this is canon, some of this is not canon. Maybe there's Nazis, who knows? You know? They got Full Metal Alchemist just was weird. That's kind of what they did. It went a little weird. It's weird stuff. But I think it was some movie that they did that with, and then they came out with a new season where they were like, alright, back on track. That's literally what the new season was like, okay, cool. Weird movie. They had a movie that was just like, I thought you were going this way. Nope. They're not going that way. That was just a weird movie that they made. Not canon at all. Another one of those Dragon Ball fucking random movies. But I'm not even mad at it. But anyway, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm gonna go to bed. But tomorrow, I'm gonna have an early day. I don't know that I have anything Wednesday. So I may be off Wednesday forever. But I'll let you know once I find out, buddy. I don't know. Take it easy, bro. I'll catch you maybe tomorrow, maybe next. I'll let you know. Talk to me, let me know.
Sounds good.
Alright, thanks, bro.
Later.
I think you pissed it off. Here we go again. I knew it would be big, but all
Man, the
safe,
last
Sam.
one of these,
No need
some
to
guy
elaborate.
fucking one-tapped this thing.
It's dead, right? Please tell me it's dead.
It's dead. The scars will no longer be able to make acidic weapons.
And I didn't get eaten alive.
A good day all around.
King of the hill. The thing was slowly killing me up there. That wasn't too shabby. I figured I needed to turn it up to hard, otherwise you'd be a little bored. And like, I don't take any damage on normal, so that was kind of interesting taking damage. Grandmaster unlocked. Is that like just like a certain level with the character? Gotta reach level 30, and the E-names do a shitload more damage. Okay. Well, I mean, I might be on this again tomorrow. If it's not this, it'll be Sea of Thieves. I don't know. They still, or it could be Skull and Bones. I also don't know. One of the three, probably. I know you were rocking Skull and Bones and stuff, and you got this, so always could use help on things. I'll talk to Amara about getting you status for my VCs. Might as well do it like we did last time. But that is where I'm gonna have to call it tonight, bud. Look at all my new gear and stuff when I get on tomorrow. And I'll have new missions, because it's finally letting me move on to new missions. So, alright, bud. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out as always. And I'll catch y'all on the flip-flop. Good night, buddy.